Hello, everybody, and welcome to Unsung Heroes. Welcome. Who's this guy?
Who's this guy? This guy's Chris. I'm Chris Willrich. I'm here. Everything's cool. Who's that lady?
I'm Cynthia Vergon. It's really, really great to be here with you, to be the first new show of TETEV for this year. Thank you all for joining and taking time out of your day or evening if you're in Europe.
Evening.
Evening. Hey, Chris.
Mine's bigger than yours.
Well, yeah, that's always going to be the case. So I need to drink. Before we get started and explaining what this show is about, I would like to give a shout out to some unsung heroes that I find are not being hailed as unsung heroes in the past 2 days. And I'd like to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you for saving our democracy to the congressional staffers who saved the electoral college ballots and made it possible for us to continue on the track that we have been on for the past couple of months in electing our new president and vice president. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you to those unsung heroes of our democracy in the United States. And thank you for saving it. So let's go on to the show. Less serious stuff. I had to be serious like 20 seconds. It's all I can do.
Yeah, I'm already falling asleep.
So Chris, what's Unsung Heroes?
Well, it's exactly what it says on the tin. What we're doing here is celebrating the wonderful people in our industry that don't usually get a mention. Everyone that's behind the scenes, behind the curtains, but without these people, none of it would ever happen. I think that hits the nail on the head.
That's exactly it. When I entered this industry, and I'll tell you, we'll be interviewing each other so that everyone gets to know who we are, because we are unsung heroes. Damn it, right? We're unsung heroes. I'm declaring us unsung heroes of themed entertainment.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So when I entered this industry, I was amazed at all of the stuff that goes into it. I was just, it's incredible, all of the stuff that is done here and all of the people that work on it. And I found that we always heard from the same people. I mean, I love the people that we hear from. I think they're very interesting and inspiring. But I felt like there was something more that we were missing. And that something more that we were missing are the people that we don't hear from that really do make what memories I've had. And so that's what my idea behind this show really was at the beginning.
Can you remember when we met, the first time that we actually met?
Oh, it must have been a TEA event.
It wasn't.
Oh, well, then I don't know. When did we meet?
A mutual friend introduced us in the queue for the Hogwarts Express in Universal Studios.
Oh my God.
Mr. Martin Barrett. And I was with my wife at the time. Going around and enjoying the Harry Potters, and Martin walked up and went, "You have to meet Cynthia. She's absolutely wonderful." And in came you like a freaking wrecking ball.
Me, a wrecking ball? I don't know. Like a wrecking ball.
We need to get you one set up just for the intro or something.
No, but I'll never be swinging naked from a wrecking ball. I promise.
I don't think Miley Cyrus was either. I hope not. Anyway, I haven't seen it too many times.
I thought she was
anyway.
naked.
Let's crack on and say, and so I'm going to ask you first, if that's okay. So your introduction to the industry how were you introduced and where did you start?
Okay. So I started out like every single person that I've met in this industry. It is discombobulated. I'm a linguist. It's a crazy it's a crazy path made of lefts and rights and backwards and forwards, and no one has like this straight path to this industry, and I am also one of them. So I'm an American and I live in France, and I became a translator, and I started doing technical translations for a ski lift manufacturing company, and then started working with some combined, some clients in the same industry, notably Compagnie des Alpes, who also have parks. And one day, my contact from Compagnie des Alpes said, hey, Cynthia, so see you in November in Florida. And I was like, why am I going to see you in November in Florida? And he was like, well, for IAPA. Don't you know what IAPA is? And I was like, no. So I went straight to my office, Googled IAPA, and was like, hey, Florida, November. I'm so there. And so I went. And on the floor of this incredible show, I'm working the floor, finding a bunch of my clients that I actually I actually had already, and I was like, "What are you guys doing here?" And they're like, "Cynthia, what are you doing here?" And I was like so surprised that a good 25% of my clients were exhibiting at the show. And so I was like, okay, so this kind of seems like an industry that I might need to tap into. And as I was walking the floor, I came to the booth of the TEA booth, Themed Entertainment Association booth. And as usual, now I know that, but as usual, there were just so many people on that booth. And I was like, wow, what's this? And for some reason, I like people. And when people are in places, I'm attracted to it. So I just go. And I couldn't for years, I couldn't remember who it was that I talked to. But now I think I know who it was. I think it was Brian Sands, who said hello to me on the booth. And I was like, what is this? And he explained to me what the TEA was. He gave me a ticket to go to the mixer that night. So this is Florida IAPA mixer. Going alone to that.
That's scary stuff.
So I went, I was interested. I went to this mixer, and of course, being alone in a mixer where everyone knows each other and everyone is so happy to see each other, but they're like, who the hell are you? Was extremely frustrating for the extrovert that I am. And so I left. But I decided to get on the newsletter, and I was made aware of an event at Europa Park. And Europa Park is just 4 hours away. And so I went, and I found a new family. I found a new family. And by then, I had been doing a lot of creative translations. I have an agency and we deal in 33 languages. And I found a family. And I remember that I met the people from Timbalaya. I met the guy from Adventure Lab. I met Ifat from PNP. I met Paul Kent. I met all of these people that have since become my family, and right away they're believing in me. And the crazy thing about this industry as a whole, not just the Themed Entertainment Association, not just the TEA, this whole industry is so open and so welcoming, and everyone just wants to know who you are and what you do. And I just felt, I felt like it was my home. And so I started working in this industry. I started looking for clients, and I started finding them. And doing translations, doing creative writing, doing script writing, content creation, and that's how I started in this industry. And that's, you know, I'm doing some fucking awesome projects. Excuse me for the foul language, but it's just, I'm a naughty girl. But it's just been a wonderful ride, and I really thank everyone that has shown how welcoming they are, and so yeah, that's how I got into this industry. It's kind of long. Oh my God.
Now I feel like I've got to live up to that at some point, because that's not what I do. It's like a bullet answer. I'm going to crack on with we have like a mixture of us for the viewers. We've got a mixture of a standard deck of questions, and I think that you've led into the first one really well there, Cynthia. So, like, what do you know now that you wish you could have told yourself when you were starting out in the industry?
Oh, well, I think take a chance, take a risk, believe in yourself. I have, like many people have, imposter syndrome. Coming on this show, being a host on this show, I told I told Patrick and Andy, I feel like an imposter. What legitimacy do I have in leading and hosting this show? Even though it was my idea, and I mean, it was just, you have this imposter syndrome, and in this industry, it's so magical and it's so amazing that, I mean, there's no room for having imposter syndrome. There's no room for not believing in yourself, because we do, in this industry, we do just the unbelievable things. And so just, screw it up and just do it. Yeah, believe in yourself. I think that would be the thing. Believe in yourself.
Oh, which one should we go with next?
I don't know. I'm not looking at them so that I don't know which one you can ask. I want it to be a surprise.
and this is going to really screw around with producer Kelly, because she doesn't know what I'm going to pick next either.
Shout out to our producer Kelly Bailey, who is dealing with two crazy people that you're seeing up here. Hey Kelly.
I'm still playing Find the Camera with how everything's flip reversed. It's getting new. It's so difficult on the platform. Which way do I look? And it's tracking my head off the camera.
Yeah. All right. Shoot your second question, Chris. Come on.
I'm going. Okay. I don't know. We'll go with number 8, Kelly. What do you like the most about your job?
Oh, I never ever get bored. I never get bored. And it's incredible that every day, whether I'm working in this industry or not, being a translator, being a creative writer, I just don't get bored. And well, you know what? It's not true. I did get bored. I had a client that I had so much work from, and I was getting bored, and he was getting pissy. Like this client was, why is it a he? This client was getting, because my contact was a he. My contact was getting very, how can I say this? Cynthia can't live without our work. And so he was becoming an ass. And I really just, I decided that I was getting bored with the work. I was feeling disrespected by my client. And so I just said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I stopped working with them. And I certainly did lose a lot of revenue, a lot of turnover. But I survived, and I made it a rule to always love my clients. And God, is it easy in this industry? I have yet to find a client that I don't want to work with again. And and I just love everything that they do. And I'm so proud to be a part of it. I'm working on a project that will last throughout my lifetime, that will stay when my kids are older and when they have kids and my grandkids could go and see the work that I did. And that, God, it brings tears to my eyes just to think that I'm leaving a mark on this earth. And I just, hey, I have to say, I'm seeing everyone's comments. Thank you so much. En français, merci beaucoup. C'est super cool. I love you guys.
I got caught out by the French bit there. I was like, I recognize some of the words.
Oh, la classe internationale is, international class. Yeah.
Bonjour. I tried to imitate a French person in a taxi once, and I said bonjour as I got into the cab, and the guy went, and I was like, oops, I've made a mistake. So now when I get in a cab in France, I go bonjour. They know I'm English.
It's good. At least you say bonjour.
I try to. So I'm going to ask the next question.
All right. Yeah.
What was the hardest lesson that you've learned so far?
The hardest lesson that I've learned so far being a business owner. Being a business owner is, the lesson that I've learned being a business owner is trust your guts. If a client gets in touch with you and you don't feel it, you're feeling something is awry. Something's weird. You're not feeling your gut. Listen to your gut. And you do not need work that doesn't feel good in your gut. There's nothing that will catch up financially or whatever. Nothing will catch up a bad gut feeling. So that's the hardest lesson, listening to my gut, because, it's hard.
You're answering these better than I'm going to, which really worries me.
No, you're not. You'll be fine, Chris.
Oh, geez. Oh, there's Chris Lang. Hi, Chris Lang.
Hey, Chris.
What did I say I'm doing next? That's it. Well done, Kelly. What's the hardest lesson that you've had to learn so far?
That was what I just answered. No,
I thought she just changed it. What are some things that excite you about starting a new project? I am dyslexic, everyone. I'm trying to read 3 pages at once whilst talk to Cynthia and remember to look at the camera, not Cynthia's face. It's very difficult.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm calming down.
Dude, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink.
Oh, let's have a drink. Okay.
Yeah, we need to have a drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Just so you Americans know, it's 6:30 in France, and it's time for the apéro.
Americans don't often speak French, Cynthia. You're one of the few.
So what is the apéro? It's happy hour time.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I'll translate it that way.
5 o'clock somewhere in England, and it's actually 20 past 5.
Yeah, well, it's happy hour in England. It's okay.
We detract.
Yes, we do. Digest. Okay, digress. Oh my God. Okay. What are some of the things that excite me about starting a new project?
That.
If it's a new project with a new client, it's understanding how that client's dynamics are going to work with me. Understanding how we're going to. It's a game of give and take. Of I'm like this, but I'm used to working this way. Okay, you're like that. You're used to working that way. How are we going to meet in the middle? How are we going to be elastic in this relationship? And then when it's working with a client that I've had already, starting a new project with a client, with an old client, is like coming home for Christmas. It's like coming home for Christmas and opening a present. You get to open this present that you have to build, like a puzzle or something that's going to last a while, and you know that it's going to be good because you've worked with this client before. And if you didn't like working with the client before, I've already stated that you don't work with them again. So it's going to be good. It's going to be cool, and you're like, I'm like a 6-year-old opening a present. I've started a second job with an old client, and we're in the middle of it. And when he announced that they got the contract and that we were going to do it, and I mean, oh my God, I was giddy. I was high on work, and I think that's the best thing. So yeah.
You've got us out now. Me and producer Kelly are trying to do 2 things at once. Let's Kelly, let's do number 5. She's such a legend putting up with us, and I'm trying to figure this out as much as Cynthia is, but you've got the beautiful bit, Cynthia, of just being able to sit there, relax, and speak your mind.
Exactly.
I'm going to read.
I've got the easy role. Just ask me questions, and I'll just spew out my wonderful intelligence because I'm such a perfect person.
What does your wonderful intelligence and perfectness think about this? What led you to choose your course or career? It's career, isn't it? And do you have any advice for anyone getting into your field?
Okay.
And let's just at this point say again what your fields are, because you cover a few.
Yes. Okay. So I am a translator. I am a script writer. I am a voiceover artist. I am a clown. Not really, I'm just a clown. People know me as being
I'm a wizard. Shh.
Shh. Okay, I won't say anything. Shh. No one's listening, just you and me. So what led me to choose my career? A lot of it had to do with me being an American in France. And then I started out in translation because in France, when I got here, the only job that is open to non-French people that don't have a French diploma is teaching or translation. I got into teaching first. I didn't like that, and then I got into translation and loved that. I loved playing with words, and little by little, it's just really, the life is full of different roads you can take, and it's nothing that I actually decided. It's nothing that I actually decided I wanted to do. It was essentially, it started out, I need money. I need a job. What can I do in this country, being an American? And my parents are French, so I had French nationality, and so that wasn't an issue of getting a permit. But I just, okay, translation. All right, I go into translation, and then translation, my business expanded. And then, I have my clients say, go to IAPA. I go to IAPA. I discover the TEA. I discover the themed entertainment industry. And I love it. Find a family, decide that I want to work in that industry. I want to work with these clients. And I just got into that. And I had a client say to me, hey, Cynthia, I need someone to do a voice on a video. Can you do that? And I was like, and that was my year. So I'm kind of going off, but every single year I have a theme. And that year's theme was say yes to everything and think that you can do anything. And so when my client came to me and said, I have a voice, do you do voiceovers? I said, yes, of course I can do that. Because that was the theme to the year. I always had to say yes. And I loved it.
You just mean professionally, right?
What? Well, we'll talk about that after. You're not supposed to. Oh my God. Here I am. Massimiliano, you see, I told you I wouldn't be ridiculous, and I am. All right. Cynthia, the occasional clown Vergon. I like that one, Kelly. Like it. So what was I saying? Oh, what was I saying? Oh, damn it, Chris.
Saying yes to everything is what you were saying.
Exactly. So that was my year. I say yes to everything. And then my client got me into voiceovers. Same client, if he's listening, Sébastien from Pickpocket here in France. Same client came up to me and said, "Hey, Cynthia, I need a conference reporter. Can you do that?" And I was like, yeah. What is it? And so I'm not going to go into what that was, but essentially the question is, how did I get to my career? Total haphazard chance, opportunities that I seized, things I didn't say no to, an open mind, looking at what people around me were doing, what people around me were offering, seeing where I think my heart beat more than where it didn't, and going to where my heart beat, going to where my eyes sparkled, and making it happen, making the decision to actually go there, do it. And I think we have, as a person, as a human being, we have so much power over what we do. And it's not things that happen to us. It's things that we instigate. And I really do believe that we have such a tremendous power. So that's really the thing. It's haphazard, seizing opportunity, trying to figure out where your heart beats. And I can't remember what the second part of the question was.
Any advice for getting into your field for anyone, or your fields?
Okay. Well, any advice to get into translation? Don't go into translation. Not anymore. Sorry? What?
You've stolen my answer for my own area.
Well, my reason is because computers are doing it. They're not doing it perfectly well, not yet. But if anyone has a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid that wants to get into translation, please invite them to find another job to do. Because it is, it's just bound. It's going to end soon. I'm not going to say when, but it's going to. But script writing, God, read. How do you get into this industry? You read. You go to museums. You get your culture toned. And go to, if you want to, be a script writer in parks, go to parks. Belong to the TEA Next Gens. Go to IAPA, go to TEA events. Geez, poof. There's so many things you can do. Follow your heart. How do you get into wherever you want to go? Follow your heart.
Get yourself out there as well.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what you just said. So Kelly, I think she's ready. I just sent her a curveball as well. What's a typical day like in the days of Cynthia?
A typical day. So
normal typical day. We've got banned words on this show. So a typical day.
A typical day.
Yeah, a typical day.
So a typical day would be in 2019.
Yeah.
A typical 2019 day would be, I get to my office, I turn on my computer, and I think I know what I'm going to do that day. But something always comes up. Something, some client is always, "Oh, Cynthia, I need you to do this. Can you do this in an hour?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, whatever I wanted to do, I'm not doing now." And so it's a very loner job. I work alone. I have a project manager, Chloe, who some of you have met, and I work with her, and so we come in, we chit chat, and we're alone in our desk and at our desk, and we work. in front of a computer. And so it's a lonely job, but I do travel a lot, which is really cool. This is typical 2019 day, all right? I'm just saying, typical 2019 day. I travel a lot. I go to the IAPAs. I go to the Thea Awards. I go to a bunch of TEA events all over Europe. When I can in the US, I go in the US. I go to museums. I go to parks, even though I have not visited 1/10 of the parks that I want to go to. God, I haven't visited 1/100th of the museums that I want to go to. But yeah, for me, work, I mean, geez, going to a museum is work for me. Because that helps. It helps to see how people do things. Yeah. So a typical day is filled with
gap, though, because I know you're like me as well, and you enjoy going to museums just for the sake of going to a museum. It's like everyone enjoys a good park, and everyone enjoys a good, big, I don't know, adrenaline-fueled attraction, a walk park, whatever. But we both enjoy going to museums as well. So it's sort of, yes, we have before we get into my bit, I'm just going to have a little caveat into it right now. We have a family rule. Every time we go somewhere the first time, we go there the first time as a visitor, and then we walk back through that attraction or museum afterwards with our company hat on and thinking of like, maybe what would we do differently, or what could we think of, or what could be changed or improved or something like that. And I'm assuming that you're very much the same, but you're looking at it through, obviously, from your perspective, not from ours.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I every time I can't take off the hat. I'll always look at the language. I'll look at the content, and if I see a mistake, I'll be like, oh man, why'd they let that slide? And I'll go through things, and I'll be like, oh, and I know how they did that, and oh, that was a really good, that's a really good word that they used there, and I would have thought of that, or now that, I mean, beyond just storytelling and script writing, being friends with people that create these attractions like P&P, like Eurovision, excuse me. And even, I mean, what you guys do, my son is in mapping too. And so I see all of these things, and I'm like, oh God, I wonder what my son would think about this. And oh gosh, I'm sure that P&P would do this differently. I mean, it's not even things that I do, but I see everything now. I can't go to parks without seeing the details. It's in me. I can't take my hat off and say, I'm going to visit this attraction like someone that doesn't work in this industry. Because I can't, I can't, I wish I could, but I can't. That sucks.
I tried to do it through different eyes once, very specifically by being drunk, and went round the Harry Potter parts of Island of Adventure, whilst partaking in an awful lot of beer. And what I felt after that experience was, there's a reason they don't sell alcohol in parks to that extent. Because it was uncomfortable. I had no problems, and I'm not a messy human most of the time. But I tried to look at it from a different. I wondered whether I'd look at it differently, and it's still like, no, there's just too much in your face. Anyway, from looking at, I've got a new one. Yeah, it's a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc from the Marlborough region. It's lovely. I'm answering a comment.
Yes, I can see that.
Just in case. So I was saying about how we look through museums and how we look at attractions and how maybe we would change them slightly. But do you have a dream project? Like maybe something that you either have worked on or can invent and would love to work on?
Oh, right now, I've been working on a project for 2 years now, it's a museum project, and I so can't believe, I so cannot believe that I'm doing this. Unfortunately, I can't say much about it as usual in this industry. But it's a museum in a beautiful country in Europe. It's a historical and a scientific museum, and I'm working with the content manager for the client, the end-to-end client, and we created the content for this museum. And this is what I was telling you, that this thing is going to exist until after I die. And I think that's my dream project. If I could work on something, on anything that will continue to live when I'm no longer living. I mean, this is kind of depressing, but I think that's my dream, is to have like an leaving a mark. I've always said, even when I was a teenager, I always said I wanted to leave my mark. I wanted to leave a positive mark in this world. And I always thought that it was by doing social work. So I really was interested in going into social work. And in France, what's wonderful in France is you have all of these opportunities to talk to people that do jobs that you would like to do. And I remember talking to a lady who was doing social work, and I wanted to be a prison. I wanted to help prisoners integrate their professional life once they got out. That's an official job in France. And I spoke to this woman, and she was very interesting, and oh my God, she pissed on my parade. She said to me that I was totally going into the wrong field, and that I was going for the wrong reasons. And oh my God, I left that office and I just bawled my eyes out because she pissed on my parade. And then I thought about it, and I was like, okay, that was a blessing. Sometimes blessings come in disguise. And now I understand the mark that I'm leaving in this world is creating memories for people for generations, and not only my children, but just for generations of people that I'll never meet, that I'll never know. And through my words, through my work, through my passion and my inspiration, they will have memories. And I mean, I have chills thinking about it. I get chills when I think about my work. I think if a job gives me chills like that, it's a fucking dream job, man. It's a dream. I mean, that's it.
This is your last one before you have to switch seats effectively. I'm sure I have told Kelly. I'm just double checking. I had a panic then. I was like, am I throwing Kelly a curveball? No, I'm not. So if you could change something in our industry, what would it be? Or what do you think the industry lacks the most?
So I'm going to channel someone that we both know. And I hope he's listening. I haven't seen him comment, but and I will name him, or maybe I won't, but I'll say Sébastien. Sébastien has it spot on about how this industry needs to change. And I won't go into the diversity and the inclusion, because God damn, it so needs to change. But I'm gonna touch on something else, like every other industry. I want to talk about how we are an industry that creates magical moments. But when we have industry events like the Theas, like IAPA Expos, sometimes we are like SATES, Sometimes we really suck. I mean, sometimes they're just so dry and boring and poorly produced, and they could be so much better. We're showing off our industry in our own in-house events, and we don't put all of the wow and the pizzazz that we put outside into our own events. And I think that really is a shame. So
I think we've had that conversation before at a bar in a country somewhere.
Probably.
For those of you that don't know us, Cynthia and I tend to have quite a lot of drinks in quite a lot of different countries together.
I'm almost done.
I mean, you're going to have to go and fill up, and you're going to have to do one of those really slick ones where you ask me a question and you leave, and then Kelly magically makes you disappear from the screen whilst you refill your drink, and then I'm still talking by the time you get back, just padding for time.
Or I can be very gifted.
So you've got a bottle sat next to you. You're cheating.
I don't even have a barman serving me drinks, all right? David, yes, exactly. I do not have I am alone doing this all by myself.
But the difference is I'm in my living room and you're in the office, are you not?
I am in my office.
Yeah.
And I do have to drive back to my house.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yes, so I cheated everyone. This is not white wine. This is mint tea. I'm cheating, but I'm telling the truth because I know that someone is going to watch this and say, geez, she's had like 5 drinks already and she's driving. It's tea in a champagne glass.
This is most definitely wine.
But you're home. All right. Are we done?
Wait, I think we're done with you. No, it's not a good substitute for white wine.
In certain circumstances, it definitely is.
Oh, I don't know if I would drink a mint. I do like my teas, but mint.
Well, come on. You gotta,
a cheeky old grey.
Cheeky old grey, yeah, exactly.
That'll do. Oh, we need to swap roles now.
Yes, we do.
Should we have geez, that was exciting. What happened there? The screen moved in the corner of my eye.
I do have to say something.
Oh, okay.
I do have to say something, and it is true about the industry events that we do in-house and that we produce for ourselves, and that are sometimes less qualitative than what we do on the outside. They are all volunteer events, especially the Theas, at least, are all volunteer events, and so that does make a difference when it's a volunteer event. So I'm sorry for all of the volunteers that I may have brisked the wrong way.
Because I was on the production team of the last European Saint. All
right, okay, I'm sorry. All right, I screwed up. Okay, I totally screwed up. All right, so what would I change in the industry? I would change me. Shout out to BTS producers. All right.
I wouldn't change you for the world. But I know what you mean, because we are so used to looking at the absolute best, the pinnacle of what all our combined professions can create. We're all being paid to do that at the time, and all of these conferences come together with quite a lot of planning, but they don't have the same budgets as a lot of the projects that we're working on. So it's like, how can we deliver the best bang for the buck, but with a room full of people like ourselves that all are so used to seeing the absolute best that there is out there to be offered?
Yeah, like you said, with very, very low budgets. And yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, David.
if you do that.
David, please don't screw with our show. All right, it is my turn to ask you some questions.
We don't have lighting, so I'll just do like a spinny in my chair. I can't do a spinny in my chair. There's a chair behind me. These chairs got in the way. I was going to do a round circle. I can't do it.
I want to start. With number 4. What are some of the things that excite you about starting a new project?
For me, that's a challenge.
No, wait, stop. Hold on. We forgot something. Chris, what do you do?
I don't know what I do.
Because no one knows what you do.
I feel like I do a little bit of everything inside and out, back to front of the installation part of a project. So I'm actually a director for DJ Willrich Limited in the UK. Yes, it's the same surname, and I work for my parents. They were very kind to give me a job from some very poor A-level results in the UK. I don't know what that translates to everywhere else. Basically, I didn't do so well at school because I don't like establishments and people telling me what to do. I went to college. In the UK, that's called college, not university. And I know in the States it's different.
Well, they're colleges.
Yeah, well, A-levels. So I went to college, and I very much didn't get on very well with the teachers I had and the areas of study that I was partaking in.
Were you a clown at school?
Yeah.
There we go.
I caused some problems and some fun.
Nothing has changed.
The funny thing about the college is that I've gone back there as a potential employer in the area multiple times, and sat next to the woman that chastised me and told me I was going nowhere in life because I was so much of a problem. And I'm sat there with my darling mother, and on my opposite side, left, right. I don't know how it adds up on this camera. College was a nightmare, but I got through it, and my parents said I could have a job with them if I passed the course. And in my second year of that course, I was already building what we call racks. So the brain of an audio-visual system or any given attraction that you go to, that somewhere there's going to be a control room, and we're part of the team that builds the control stuff. So I was building that in the office whilst I was on my holidays from school. And then I went full time, and I've been with the company 13 years now. What did I didn't see. I couldn't read Alex's comment quick enough. There we go. I totally agree with that. Yeah, grades at school don't define how far someone's going to go in life. But my parents gave me an opportunity, and I love them for it. I have constantly gone against them with a lot of my opinions and thoughts and practices, shall we say. But it's been a wonderful, interesting time, and I've learned a lot. So what I do now is a mixture of show control, installation. I steer away from doing schematics and paperwork because I find it all boring. I like a challenge, is what Cynthia asked a question too early, but never mind. I like a challenge. I like something to be difficult. I like a good struggle to find a solution to a problem that maybe no one's thought of. But most of the time, it's banging up projectors, putting in screens, making soundscapes, and making all of it work at the push of a button on an iPad or a phone or something. So someone can walk in the morning and press go, and everything's up, working, and the day is ready for whatever attraction that is. Have I answered 2 questions in one?
It's okay. It's fine. Well, what do you like most about your job?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the challenge. Like having something that every job that we do in through the AV side of the industry, and I know there's people watching from our competitors, but also friends. It's all about the challenge, and everyone's going to attack that challenge differently. And any one of the people that look at that with the same skill set that I do will think about it differently. And I just I like I don't know, the twist of it. I don't know how to describe it. That like how difficult and problematic it can be, but then at the same time how rewarding it is when it's finished. So it's the challenge. You see, when you answered everything so eloquently, and I'm just like, words? Nope.
Well, words is my job. So that's kind of normal. But yeah, Chris, you're super interesting. You're doing great. I mean, I'm interested. I've now understood a lot of what you're doing. So, you know,
because we just get pissed and talk about whatever's going on else.
No, we're not done with the questions.
Oh, okay.
I still have more questions.
What are you doing next? What's your next question?
You know what? I think I'm going to ask you
the camera, Chris.
What excites you the most about your job?
Okay, nice double checking there.
Or starting a new project. Your job or starting a new project. I'm kind of winging the questions here.
Oh, a new project. I like the uncertainty of it. I mean, especially on international projects, it terrifies me. It totally terrifies me. But overcoming that fear and going, these are all new people in a completely new setting, sometimes in a completely new culture that I've never experienced before. Like, it's terrifying and exciting at the same time. And as long as I can go and find a bar afterwards with a bit of live music and have a beer and a laugh, then I'm like, okay, everything's cool. We're gonna have a great project. Everyone's going to enjoy it. But yeah, it's the most exciting part about a new project is a new experience. No project is ever the same. None of them are carbon copies of each other, and if they are, they're boring. It's something new, different, new challenges, new people, new demographics. Everything is new every time we do it. And on the cusp of technology as well, it's even more exciting because is this even going to work?
Yeah, I could totally get that. And then when you're doing,
they're like, Chris, fix it, and I'm like, okay.
You switch the light on, you're like, it's gonna work. And oh shit!
How many people do I know? It's just getting your phone out.
All right, I want to know what the hardest lesson for you was that you've had to learn.
Oh, I have a couple of varying ones.
Ooh, go for the couple.
Varying ones, because I think a couple of the lessons that I've had to learn are very different to ones that anyone else would have, because I work for my parents, and trying to understand the difference between the client team that we are working with as a company and how they respond, and how it's different to when I'm working, like I work for my parents, so immediately how they respond, but then whether they respond as my parents or as my bosses, and then what the client wants to do as well. I feel like I think that's the hardest thing that I've had to deal with in my career is when mum and dad are boss and when mum and dad are mum and dad, plus understanding how a client interacts with me, and understanding and appreciating that quite often the boss's son gets a pretty bad rap or expectation, and how to manage the expectation of a client when they're given the boss's son, because they can look at that as, I'm a really important client, and therefore I've been given the boss's son, or the boss's son's a bit of a piece of shit, and we're being sort of pushed aside, and he's got to manage it. So I think it's identifying those areas and understanding where I fit in with them, and making the best of it, which quite often ends up just being, "Hi, I'm Chris, bull in a china shop," until the project's done, and then I go, "How isn't this brilliant? Haven't we done a good job?" And they're like, "Actually, you know what? Yeah, you have." Oh, Kelly.
I like that one.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure someone from my company's watching. That's not how it rolls. That is not how it rolls.
Change that to least important clients only.
No.
All clients, welcome.
Yeah, just put that up every time. Just kidding. It's all fun. Cheers, everyone.
Oh my God, I've forgotten to ask to tell Kelly what question. Oh well, I'm gonna get number 10 on you, just to throw that to you. So if you could change something in this industry, what would it be? Or what do you think it lacks the most?
Trying to think of a way of putting things not controversially. I think there's a lot of lack of understanding, and like platforms like IAPA and TEA, and even ourselves at TETV, we're trying to break a couple of the boundaries that we have in the industry. And it's the lack of understanding of what each person does. Like, everyone respects that everyone's in the industry and we're all doing the best that we can. But there seems to be, I'm in my profession and you're in your profession. And sometimes, I mean, I've worked on dream projects with dream teams where everyone's just so giving with each other to get the best possible answer to the question of, can you make this? Yes, we can, but we can make it excellent with this team. Penny pinchers and QSs, in my experience, are what I would like to change. The people that only look at the bottom line of how much something costs, as opposed to how much can this company give to our project. With creative experience, knowledge, understanding of what the idea is, even. And we've worked on, say, the absolute top level of projects where everyone's just after the most perfect ideal, and we've worked on some that are, no, this is what the paperwork says, so this is what you will do, and it's like, but we can change it slightly and make it better. And sometimes I've been in the situation where I need to move a projector about 30 millimeters to left or right to just catch a little bit more of the screen to make it work properly. And they go, no, it's drawn, it needs to be there, that's how it needs to be. And it's like, but you're wrong, because we understand what the creative idea is behind this, and we want to deliver the best project we can. But you don't. And that's where I fall apart as a human, because I'm like, why would you not want this to be better? You've paid for me to be here. You've paid for like our team to be here in its masses, and spent a lot of money on a lot of very expensive equipment, and you want it to be less than the best it can be because that's what it says on the paperwork. I don't even know what that says. It's about a 13 out of 16 of an inch. Why do we talk in fractions? No, what? It's 1 3/16 of an inch.
Yes, 30 millimeters is about 1 3/16 of an inch.
Why do you
30
work
millimeters.
like that?
30 millimeters is a little over an inch.
Why are we going to on an international project? I appreciate that in America everything's done in feet and inches for some reason.
Feet and inches.
But when you're working on an international project with an international team, it's like 90% of the rest of the world, or 95, even more maybe, work in metric there. I appreciate Brits are weird because we talk in miles an hour and then millimeters, centimeters, and meters.
Yeah, and stones and quids.
Oh, yeah, but you say bucks. It's the same thing, quids and bucks.
Oh, is it? Okay. It came from y'all. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
I've been watching Justified recently, and I'm immediately reading that in a Kentucky accent. We've digressed again.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm on track. I'm totally on track. I want to know, what's a typical day for you?
Okay, a proper typical day.
A proper 2019.
So, no, I have two different types because I have office days and I have site days, and the site days are far more interesting. So I'm going to go with one of them. What is a proper typical day? Love you, Kelly. So a site day for me where we're actually on a project and our team is deployed anywhere, wherever it is in the world. I mean, I've worked from Canada to Malaysia and quite a lot of things in between. So that when I was talking about varying cultures earlier, I've had my experience. Some of the Middle East is quite high up on my list of my absolute favorites. And also some of the Middle East is quite low on my favorites list. I've forgotten the question.
What's a typical day like? What's a proper typical day like for you?
Proper. It's proper. So our typical days, it depends on how much under pressure we are, but generally it's sort of a get up about 7 for the 3 S's and down to breakfast to discuss with the team what we're going to get done that day. I'm
sorry. I'm probably going to put my foot somewhere I don't want it to be.
What? I laid it as a trap.
Yeah, I know. What are the 3 S's? I'm thinking shower.
Yeah.
Shit.
Shower.
And shave.
Yeah. I mean, for me, obviously, I don't do the shaving part too much. But
I love how Kelly did not want to put the first word that I said.
Or not the one that I said, but we are in agreement.
Yes, okay.
But yeah, you get up, do that. Yeah.
There we go. And with the Oxford comma. Thank you, Kelly, for doing the comma. Thank you. I appreciate that. We could have switched from imperial measurement during COVID-19. I totally agree. Anyway.
Yeah. So I've literally got to breakfast so far. So the way that our team works when we're working on sites is we like the yeah, I know, right, Alex? I totally agree. CAD drawings in Imperial, mind blown. Absolutely. There's ways of changing that. I'm still trying to get to. I haven't got past breakfast. So we sit at breakfast and we discuss as a team how we're going to manage the day. We know what the sort of the week's targets are, the month's targets are, but we go day by day, nice and easy, nice and calm, so that everyone, as they go to from wherever we're staying to wherever the project is, knows how to use the time in between to channel whatever they need to do for the day. They can plan their day out because at breakfast we've discussed which one of us is taking which challenge, and off we go. Then we hit the day, and that changes just a few.
He's starting at breakfast. Let him get to the late nights. He's not even finished with breakfast yet.
I haven't got to lunch yet. My day usually ends up with choose your words carefully, Chris. Quite often, a couple of arguments early in the morning because of the emails that I sent the night before. Because it's like this is how everything needs to work, and trying to I'm not very good at making people that don't understand the technical requirement of the project to understand the technical requirement of the project. That's a struggle for me. So there's usually a cheeky little argument, a little coffee, a little chat, then back on it, solving problems, building things, putting things in, installating. I know that's installation, but we have a laugh about it. Calling all my colleagues darling, that happens a lot. Then we go for lunch, have a little chat, see where everyone is, crack on with the afternoon. Are we hobbits or Brits? Second breakfast.
Oh, I gotta love Americans. They eat all the time.
Yeah, we don't. We really do not have time to eat very much. So it's usually like a quick sandwich. I was going to say sanger, trying to be nice. Quick sandwich at lunchtime. Cheeky coffee. Back to work again. Carry on figuring out what we're doing. Early project when everything is okay pressure-wise. Then a sensible finishing time, dinner, bar and bed. Under high pressure, it's okay, who can pop out and get away to the nearest Subway, fast food restaurant, whatever, grab some food, bring it back. We'll all nosh that down and crack on and work till we're all tired. And then especially if it's my project, I tend to go a little bit further and be like, can someone, when they get dinner, or if I'm going to go get dinner, I'll just come back with a bunch of Red Bull. And I know a couple of members of my team do it as well. And we just run straight through the night into the next day and keep going. My record, I think, is 74 hours without going to a hotel or sleeping. But I was quite ill.
That's incredible. I don't understand.
I just have to clarify, I'm not told to do that by my company. I'm not asked to do that. It's my own personal choice that I know I've got deadlines to meet and I want to beat them. So I can go and sleep and hit the deadline on the peg, but I'd rather beat the deadline and almost kill myself doing it. Because I like to win. I like if someone said
on deadline is fine. It's still winning.
I like to beat it by a couple of days, so I could just be like, well, we could have done it in 2 days' time, but we've got it done now because we like to be. But then the problem that's probably going to be another question. But sometimes we have a problem with compressed timelines and compressed programs and schedules where people that don't understand the AV installation especially and programming especially area of a project, they don't quite get that we're not just banging equipment into ceilings and walls, and it's not nuts, bolts and screws. There's quite a lot that we're asking of the technology, and sometimes it doesn't quite hit home that our schedule can't be compressed. We've given an honest schedule forward, and sometimes the project goes a little bit awry. Most times the project goes a little bit awry.
Yeah.
But we find a lot of the time our part of the project is being compressed. So we have to work the longer hours because we have to hit the deadlines of the client and we have to help. Quite often that means a few of us have to put in the hours, but we do that willingly. We say our job isn't a job; it's a lifestyle.
Jesus, Andy, I cannot
surprise me with Andy. I've worked with Andy. He's a trooper and a legend.
Well, aren't we all legends in our own way?
Speak for yourself. What
I'm
we
a
were saying about believing in ourselves earlier.
Exactly. Sometimes you just have to pretend. What was it? I saw this TED Talk that said, fake it until you make it. Believe in yourself. Yeah. And fake it until you make it. I am not an imposter. Yeah, I'm faking it. All right, Chris.
Don't tell your other half.
What?
But you're faking it.
I'm not faking it at all. I'm making it. I am so it right now. Woo! All right. What next question. What do you know now that you wish you could have told yourself, your young self, your younger self when you started out in this industry?
You sort of stole my answer because, well, I say you stole my answer. You said it first. That's it. I have the whole imposter syndrome and you don't deserve this and the only reason you're here is because of your mum and dad and all that kind of crap. Like that always eats me up. So I have you said believe in yourself. So I'm trying to think of a different route down the same question. Wow.
I can't help you.
I was starting out. Because I started part-time. I started very, very young. And I guess I would have said to myself, now I'd say to myself, give yourself a chance to grow up first. Because so many of my friends and family went to university and had a chance, gave themselves the chance to find out who they were as a person. And I've sort of done that in a reverse order. I've gone to work, I've got my career, and I've got my plan, and then I found out who I am and how I work and how I think. And I think certainly my experience with the TEA and certainly with this, I think that's taught me more about myself. And we're even in the first episode, but the amount of discussions we've had previously to this, I think that's taught me more about myself. So I was like, I would say give myself a chance first, grow up, find out who you are, and then go and deal with this kind of stuff. Careers and people and the rest of it.
You know, it's something that that is so interesting about life in general. I mean, we can be thrown into an industry because of chance or lack thereof, and you know, thrown into a job, and I find it so wonderful when I hear people that, you know, when they're 30, 40, or even 50, God, even 60 or 70, who cares, that say, you know, I want to change something in my life. I want to do this now. And I find it so inspiring to see change in people and to see people change. And because, you know, when there's a saying in French, it doesn't translate very well into English, but it's not really a saying, it's a verb. The verb is to be subjected to something. And in French, it works really well when I say that I don't want to be subjected to my life. I want to be the subject of my life. And I guess that kind of does work out pretty well in English. It's the best way I've translated it.
Hey, buddy, write that down.
I know, I should. Yeah, so exactly. Chris, I've told you this so many times. What Cook 13 SLM 3AA is saying, what the hell kind of name is that?
Cookie Sniper is how I'm reading that.
Cookie Sniper?
Yeah, that's how I'm reading that.
Oh, Jesus. How do you get a 3AA to sniper? Anyway, forget it. I'll never understand this stuff. But it's true. I don't understand that either. I'm 49 years old. Give me a break, man.
Oh, but you don't look it, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
I
So
was
anyway,
as creepy as I could there on purpose.
I have told you many times that you are a great person and you are a very worthy person. And when I was looking for a co-host for this show, you were the first person I thought of. And I was so happy that you said yes. So I just want to say that you are a fucking awesome guy. Okay, I love you.
Hush now, because otherwise I'm going to get teary boxes.
Okay. So what I was saying about not being subjected to your life, but being the subject of your life. When you oh, I didn't see that comment.
Emily in our producer chat has just said, "We want the tears" in capital letters. Like, we want the tears.
Make a man cry.
No, don't.
I don't like making men cry. Anyway, we're off track. Oh, Jesus, what have we done?
Oh, Jesus.
So when life, I'm trying to be serious because I want to make you cry.
Because if I'm totally honest, I'm absolutely dying to wee. Don't make me cry, because I'm a consummate professional and I can manage it. So
you can manage
please,
it,
my dear, move on.
Okay, I will move on. When you're in life, you get things thrown at you, right? You get you get curveballs, and sometimes you get foul balls, and I love baseball analogies. I don't know why I do this. I don't even play baseball, but whatever. And it's just when you just take action and you see something that you don't like, and you're the subject of your life. You're not subjected to your life. I love that. Oh my God. I'm so happy I found that in English. So yeah, seeing how you got into this industry, it's not a bad way to get into the industry. It is your way that you got into this industry. And there are so many people that have just I remember Kyle Ozier talked about how he got into this industry, and his story of how he got into this industry is just so incredible. And you just think there's so many things that can come and cross into your life and change your path, and just going with the flow and giving yourself a break. I think we're so hard on ourselves, and we really need to give ourselves a break and be kind to ourselves first. So what we're trying to do in our lives is just, make things better. Making life easier for ourselves, and then being able to, move on and move better. I thought you went pee there for a minute. I was like, holy crap, where is he?
I mean, let's be honest, I definitely did.
No! Oh my God! That's
Kelly
incredible.
covered me. Oh, this is so unprofessional and not right. Sorry, Patrick. Sorry, Andy. Sorry, Kelly. Sorry, Emily. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. It's all right. Things do happen. Things do happen with us when we're in charge. Chris and I, things do happen.
It's quite often a mess when I'm in charge. Ask my team. Like,
it's true. So, I have another question for you. Oh, you know what? You forgot to ask me, or are we waiting until later?
Oh, we were doing the old super serial stuff first.
Yes, we're doing the super serials. So can we switch to the fun questions? Are we at that time now?
Yeah, let's get past the serious stuff and do the fun stuff.
Oh, we're past the serious stuff. Do you have anything else to say that's serious?
I love my job, and I love the people that I work with, and I especially love the opportunity that I have to meet so many brilliant people in so many brilliant places, in random locations all over the globe, and deliver the same cool shit everywhere that we go. And I have to say, my favorite project of all time is for Edmonton Capitol Theatre in Canada. And it was just the most beautiful experience of my life. Like,
Really?
was
Tell us about
so
it.
wonderful to work on. And I was so this is in 2011, I think we were doing this. So I was a junior engineer with a team from our company DJW, working with I don't even know how to explain it. The best of the best people that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, to deliver a brilliant visitor experience with all kinds of technical wonders, all kinds of like, just from the ground up, the building, the theming, the lighting, the rigging, the sound, the video, the content, the everything. It was everything coming together to be something utterly beautiful. And I had such a minor role. Like, I was just being asked, can you go and check that plug and rewire that? And can you go put that in over there? And can you, oh, this is broken. Can you fix that? And I was running around being a busy little beaver, whilst what I considered someone else's problem much more important than I was, which happened to be my dad on that project, was, I need to do this. This is happening. This is happening. And growing through the industry and growing up as well, and then being in control of my own projects and working on some of the things I have done since. 10 years ago. I just realised that's 10 years ago. So I was 22, I think, at the time. So yeah, total junior, not knowing my ass from a face, and being part of that. And all I want ever is to rival that project. I want whatever I'm working on to meet that peak. Nothing as yet.
I don't think you ever will. Just like I don't think anything will ever.
We used to sit at like 4 o'clock every day and have an ice cream on the veranda outside. And we also have this thing, because in our side of the industry, where we're trying to make everything perfect, every lighting cue, every bass boom, every as we call it, butt kicker, like, so it makes your seat shake, everything be on cue on the right timing. There's always like a little tagline for every single job that we work on, and the one for that particular problem project is, this chap just says on the audio thing, "Beaver hats," and everything drops in on all of the projection with these beaver hats everywhere, and it's such a note. Well, beaver hats on Northlife, eh? How's that, Dad? I'm assuming he's watching, because. We just have a little note on everyone that just reminds us of that project, and it's the most weirdly exciting, fun thing that probably no one else would get.
Well, I mean, but that's what I mean. In my opinion, you'll never get a project like that, because it'll never be. It'll never have all of the spices and the ingredients that it had for you back then. 22.
Oh yeah, and I want to run. I want to be there in the old man's position on that one, because that was obviously his chosen team. And I'm pretty sure I was there to learn the experience, not because I was the best person for the job. And I'm pretty sure that was my dad being my dad, not my dad being my boss. But there's been many other occasions where he's been my boss. Particular one in Saudi comes to mind, where it was a very uncomfortable position to be in. But the project was full of challenges that me and my colleagues overcame, and created a brilliant gallery that is beautiful. And I'd love for everyone that's watching, or anyone that has a chance, to ever go and see it. But I'd also err on the side of caution traveling to certain countries in the world. I think I put that quite well.
Yes, you did. You were very diplomatic about that. That's good.
Right, now let's do the fun bits. I'm done now.
The fun bits. Do you want to start or shall I start?
Oh, where should we go first? Genuinely.
The fun bits.
My mum's phoning me.
Oh, Mom. You can't hang up on your mom. Lynn.
I'm pretty sure my dad's watching and he might say something to her. I love it.
I don't know if my mom's calling. If my mom is watching,
hi everyone, welcome to my life.
I'm not seeing any calls.
Don't set me off.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, cheers, Kelly. Thanks very much.
I wanna print screen. Oh, damn it! She took it down already. Lynn's gonna kill me if she finds out that because you were with me, you declined a call. Jeez.
I'm a consummate professional.
All right, let's go. Oh goodness! All right,
I'm so glad I got a little relief break.
Okay, fun questions. I've got one for you, Chris.
You asked the question, and then we both answer it, and then I ask a question, and then we both answer it.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. Chris, Guinness or Bud?
Oh, Guinness. Right.
Oh, Bud.
No, it's not. No. The answer is Guinness. Bud is cheap American alcoholic lemonade. Guinness is an actual proper beer.
Bud's a proper beer. Bud, when you're in
Las
Vegas. Yes, it is. When you're in Las Vegas, sitting in the pool, and you ask the waiter for a bucket of Bud, that is beer. That is like the best experience. A bucket of Bud.
No, it's not. No. A bucket of Peroni or a Moretti or something that's actually a beer. Not. Oh,
a bucket of Bud. I just love saying it. I'll have a bucket of Bud. Next question.
Oh, where are you going? Oh, Kelly, honestly, we're going there. I'm asking Cynthia. No, do you know what? I might even go for 5, Kelly. I might go, no. Soft shell taco or hard shell taco?
Oh, I grew up on soft shell, but I love hard shell now. No, the other way. I grew up on hard shell and I love soft shell. Oh my God, I'm so confused. Let me say this again. Bud is a proper beer.
No,
Alex.
it's not. Alex is completely correct. Alex is completely correct again.
So I grew up on hard shell tacos because I grew up in Los Angeles in the 80s. And but now I do love soft shell tacos. And I'm very pissed at PF Chang's for removing the jicama tacos from their menu. I have to shout out to PF Chang.
PR.
Give me a break. I have to shout out to PF Chang's for removing the jicama tacos from their menu because that was the best menu item. Damn it. God damn. Just jicama tacos.
I think I've eaten at Chang's once in the last 5, 6, maybe even 10 years, and it was in Mexico. And it was the least favorite of the meals that I had in Mexico. Actually, no, bar one, but we won't talk about that. Food poisoning, we will say.
Why would you go to PF Chang's in Mexico? You're in Mexico. Eat Mexican food.
I was with Americans. And it's like, let's go to, like, the guys are like, let's go to where we know. We know the Chang's. I like the burger joint just outside the hotel where they sold out of date British beer.
Was it Bud?
Blood is not British, and it's also
That's
not a beer.
Oh, come on. Not sponsored by Bud.
Oh, behave.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Ed. All right, it's my turn. My turn. Oh, I can ask you this question. McDreamy or McSteamy?
Now, I don't know whether, like, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure.
Do you know who they are? Because
I'm pretty sure this is a Grey's Anatomy reference.
yes. McDreamy is Meredith Grey's husband. I don't know the name of the actor.
No, I know one of them's got sort of dark hair and he's sort of chiseled and beardy and aren't I attractive?
Yes, that's McSteamy.
I would take a McMuffin. Because a McDonald's breakfast McMuffin is about the best thing on the planet. So I say no to McDreamy, no to McSteamy.
Okay.
And yes to a McMuffin.
Then I'll say yes to a jicama taco.
I don't know why that sounds sexy, but it does.
I know, because it's jicama taco.
Oh
yeah. We're there, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to upset Kelly now because we're going to start randomly picking questions to fire.
Okay.
You know which one I'm asking last, and I have the last question.
Okay. You have the last question.
Have that. But I'm asking you, which Little Miss or Little Mr. character would you be?
I would be Little Miss Forgetful. Because unfortunately, and I am working on this really hard, but unfortunately, I can meet someone, I can spend months with someone, and like, I can teach, I used to teach English. I taught English for 6 months, twice a week for 2 hours to a group of students. I only saw them in the classroom. And then at the end, maybe 2 or 3 months after our class finished, I saw one of them in the street. And he came up to me and he said, "Hey, Cynthia, how you doing?" And I looked up to it and I was like, "Do I know you?" So I forget people. And I forget. It's horrible. it's so embarrassing. It's so disrespectful.
Me all the time is I've introduced you to that person. I'm like, everyone's the same because you're just like, here, from my point of view, I'm like, here, Chris, there is someone else more important than you that you must remember their name. I'm like, I can't do this. Someone needs to make an impact or an impression on me, and then I understand. Then I remember them forever. Like literally stood in a queue waiting for the Hogwarts Express and bursting out laughing. I was like, Cynthia's laugh is like our family laugh. And it's explosive like that. And
I can go on vibrator mode too. I can use vibrator mode. It is possible.
Phrase, Andy. We're not going to sing it, and like Jesus.
Thank you, Laurence. I'm not forgetting my friends. I'm not forgetting. I can't see the comments on YouTube, but next time I'm going to have a window open with the YouTube so that I can at least see your comments coming up. But Cynthia's laugh is just so. I know people tell me that.
Oh, hi, Sarah.
And you know what? Hi, Sarah. But you know what? This is the thing: is that people remember me, and I can't. People remember me. Space and Arctic. Thank you, Peter, a fellow teacher, a fellow colleague teacher of mine. So people remember me because I have this rambunctious laugh, and I don't remember them, and it's so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. And I just wish that we could change that in my brain, you know, that I could remember. And I will see someone and I'll meet them and I'll be like, I'll use Patrick, you know, for an example. Okay, that's Patrick. His name is Patrick. Who do I know that's, I went to high school with a Patrick. Okay, Patrick, that's Patrick. Okay, you're Patrick. And I will do all of these techniques to try and remember this person. But if I see them 6 months after, I don't know, at a Donald somewhere, I won't recognize him because...
Out of context, I can't recognize anyone either. I'm a nightmare for it. If I don't, like, if I'm in Orlando at IAPA, I expect to see people that I know professionally in places that I wouldn't usually associate them with. Howl at the Moon, for example. I walk in there and like when we're at IAPA and I see loads of people that I recognize and I'm like, I'm not used to walking into a bar and seeing you, but because I'm here, it's okay. Now, if I'm in a bar in Manchester, this has happened. Walked into a bar in Manchester and saw a professional colleague of mine that I know very well.
Yeah.
That graphic, the little meme there just put me right off. Walked past a person that I recognized, saw, and completely ignored because I'm going in for a beer and I don't associate them with having a beer. And then the next day on the site that we were working on was, why didn't you say hi? Do I not better? And it's like, I'm so sorry. Yes, this is so true. That is exactly me.
You could put that for me too. It's one thing we have in common. It's horrible. It
like
really.
Chris and Cynthia gravitate toward the noise because that's where we're going to be, creating it.
All right, so it's my turn to ask a question. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is Unsung Heroes. Question 1. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
I genuinely thought you were going to ask me that first.
Well, I'm a surprising young lady.
And I definitely want you to answer this question next as well.
Okay.
And mine would definitely be time travel. So I could have a stopwatch in my hand and just go click. And that would be it. Everything's paused. I can then install everything that I said and make everything work and figure out everything that doesn't work in the time that it was all paused, and then click go. I'm like, it's done, mate. That's fine.
I'm cold again, so I'm getting dressed.
And then, because I also have an assumption there as well. If time is paused, then water doesn't move. So I could effectively run across water because it takes time for a wave to move. And if time is paused and I've got my stopwatch that pauses time and I can move, or I can grab someone and then pause time and then we can move, then we can run across
the coolest reason. That is the coolest reason to have have the superpower to stop time. That is the coolest reason I have ever heard in my life. That is awesome. Oh my God. Wow.
It's like I like that one. I'm
Yeah, I know, but so am I.
But the possibilities are literally endless. Because this is my time travel stopwatch. I can pause time. I can run across water. I can then I can get to a point, pause and reverse time, having written down the lottery numbers, Powerball numbers, and then just be like, oh, now I'm a billionaire. Say what? Because people were like, oh, I'd be able to produce money out of my hand. I was like, well, that will ruin the economy and that will ruin lives. But I can manipulate the system with my time swapping. True. I'll put fucking 20 grand on Leicester winning the Premier League, whatever year that was, James. Don't know. It was recently, but I don't know. But no one would have put no one really, other than a Leicester fan, would have put a bet on that. I'd smash that bet and be like, here's £1 million from my previous lottery win. I'm literally a betting savant. So I've got all the money in the world that I could possibly need or want. I can create massive charitable ideas based on that, and have beacons of safe spaces for all the kinds of, I won't go into it, all the kinds of projects that I would be interested in giving money to should I be rich. I'd be able to do that, run across water, have a laugh, rewind time, and just know someone's answer before they said it, and then be able to readdress them with my initial sentence. And
yeah, I always have that horrible feeling of, oh, I could have said this, or I could have said that. I should have said that.
Yeah, so you can click rewind, go back, and be like, ha ha, here's the best response ever. I could literally find a comedian, give them the setup sentence and the backstory. I would personally probably pick James Acaster or Ricky Gervais. For those of you that don't know those people, you're stuffed. But I would pick those two people, ask them what their response was. I could then rewind time, say the funniest thing that could possibly come out of a person's mouth. They're like, yeah, I'm a genius. The possibility of being able to control time back and forward and pausing it is endless. And that's my superpower.
That is awesome. That's awesome. That's
What's
really
yours? To grow your fingernails and shrink them.
No. That's too violent. I'm not a violent girl. I'm a very, I don't like making
long fingernails.
No, I thought you were thinking of what's his name? Wolverine.
No,
yes.
I was thinking of Meg from Family Guy, where it's hilariously pathetic.
Oh God, I don't watch that. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. I don't watch that. I can't say anything about that show. But
so your superpower.
My superpower would be to be ubiquitous.
And now your explanation.
Oh, Jesus. So ubiquitous is being able to be in any place at the same time as where I'm at another place. So being everywhere at the same time. Cynthia, ubiquitous Vergon. Yeah, I would really love to do that. Oh my God. Oh, now I'm on the left or the right. I can't tell with this.
It suits me so much better because I'm looking at you and it's closer to the camera and it's not.
Wow. Now you're like, hey, how are you? So yeah.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Hi. So yeah, ubiquitous because, well, my parents live in Los Angeles and I live in France. I've got friends all over the world, and well, no, maybe it's not ubiquitous. Maybe it's like, not time travel, but what is that word? Oh, grab it. Being able to travel like that, like Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty.
Teleportation.
That's what I want.
Effectively, to everyone else, that's time travel because you can pause time, get to where you need to be, and you can be like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. See how American I did that. I'm off to the bog. Pause time there. As soon as you're out of shot, off you go. Have a little run. Stay really fit. Be really healthy. Get over to Russia for the next thing. Hi, I'm here on iCall. And then, I'm the pause time again, going over to Los Angeles.
Exactly. So,
I mean, I'd become 900 years old in what everyone else thought was 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
fun.
Teleportation, ubiquitous teleportation.
Yeah. So this New Year's, it was a strange New Year's, and at around noon France time, I was sitting alone at my house, and I thought it's got to be 2021 somewhere in the world. What time will it be here when it's 2021 somewhere in the world? And the first time zone to have gone into 2021 is where the Samoa Islands are. And so I put up on Facebook at 3 p.m. France time, that it's 2021 in Samoa, and I invite everyone to join in the celebrations with me to celebrate the new year, the 2021 new year. And everyone thought that I was actually in Samoa. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're so lucky to be there. I'm so jealous." And I was like, "Yeah, in about an hour, I'm going to be in Togo, in the Togo. I don't know where I went afterwards. I can't remember." But then every single hour, I just chose a different place, and I said, "It's 2021 in New Zealand. Join in the celebrations with me." And everyone was like, "How are you doing this?" Like, Facebook, man. Facebook. It's virtual travel.
I have one final question, and I feel like this might be the end of each show, and I'd like it to be without sign-offs. Cynthia,
Yes.
if you had to wear a hat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Would it be a big hat or little hat? Now, bear in mind, you have to wear the hat for the rest of your life. You do not get to take it off, not in coitus, nor on a plane, nor anywhere else or anything. And the only reason that you can say to anyone when they ask, "Why are you wearing that hat?" is because I have to. And also, these are the hats.
Oh, the red one. Oh my God, the black one's beautiful.
Big hat, little hat.
Little hat.
The little hat.
Little hat. On the side. Just right here, right? No, sorry. Right here. Right there. I'd put it right there. Yeah.
I can't do it with a camera. I don't understand. Big hat. She picked a little hat.
I definitely little hat. You know why? The only reason why. Do you want to know the only reason why I'd say little hat?
Go for it.
Because I wouldn't be able to sleep in bed with the big hat.
I mean, how would you not? It's next supportive. You can wear it on the top.
Yeah.
You can even make your gesticulative eyebrows.
I see that Laurence agrees with me.
Recurring feature is all I'm saying. Recurring feature.
It will be a recurring feature. I guess we can wrap this up, and
we've had
and so, do you always have to wear the hat on your head? Yes, you always have to wear the hat on the head.
Yeah, you do. You're not going to wear it on your dick.
He said even during coitus. Come on, guys. Big hat. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Why are you taking me there, Chris? All right, we have to wrap up. It has been almost 2 hours for this show, and we only got through our regular questions.
we got a couple of the fun ones. We did it.
I know, but it's just incredible. So, as you all that are listening can see, we have fun, and we are going to interview only fun people. So if you want to hear from us and hear when we have our shows, you need to subscribe. So on the
website, on the YouTube, on the Facebook, you need to be following the Instagrams, the Twitters, and cracking on with all of that social media stuff and making sure that you're with us all the way, because otherwise we're going to get cancelled and it's going to be terrible for us and really, really sad.
Yeah. We're going to be very sad if you do not follow us. So, what did I want to say? Next week, believe in yourself. Exactly. Not next week, next show, which will be in 2 weeks. So we're going to have a show every other Friday at the same time. And
on the same channels, in the same places, and the same way that you found us.
Exactly. We'll not be wearing the same clothes, I hope.
Oh, I might be. It's 2 weeks' time. Who knows?
Yeah, it's true. We do wash our
They
clothes.
would have been washed and back into circulation by then.
Yeah, okay. All right. So in 2 weeks, we are going to have a wonderful artist, an unsung hero, if there ever was one. Her name is Hannah, and she works in Ireland, and she has some wonderful, wonderful stories to tell. And we're both really, really excited to have her. So that's in 2 weeks. And Chris, do you have anything to add?
I missed my intro bit, and I was just going to be like, get your masks and capes ready because we're off on a superhero brilliantness adventure. So keep your masks and capes ready and be ready for next time, because the people that we have lined up on this show are genuine, brilliant heroes, people that don't get anything, no spotlight, no nothing, and they're amazing. So we should be celebrating them, and that's what this show's all about, and having a laugh and a drink.
Absolutely. Before we go, I would like to thank a couple of people. First of all, I'd like to thank Massimiliano Freddi for giving me the inspiration to follow my dreams of doing this of doing this show. It was a podcast to start off with, and so I thank you Massimiliano for inspiring me. I would also like to thank Chris Lang for introducing me to Patrick Kling, and to Kelly, and thank you to Patrick and Andy for having me and Chris join TETV, because we are, I'm speaking for you, Chris, but we're so happy to be on this channel, and really, really very cool. Thank you, Chris, for being my co-host.
Thank you, my darling, and we're going to have a lot of fun and craziness over the next.
Yes, we are.
We last. Alex, thank you too. Big hugs. Big hugs to everyone
Big
watching.
hugs, everybody.
One of those.
And don't forget, make the world a better place. Go hug a hero. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. I was dancing.